Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy JP, back with another one. So in today's video, I want to discuss my battle with rheumatoid arthritis and what you can do if you're going through this to make sure that your life isn't over, that you can keep making progress and get back even better, stronger than you was before. So my symptoms started around a year ago. I remember after a workout suddenly feeling pain in my left shoulder. I remember it being difficult to even lift the bottle to drink some water. And I was just like, what's going on? I thought it was a gym injury, or I overstrained or overstretched myself with a workout. But the pain wouldn't stop, and it started to migrate to other parts of my body, specifically my feet, to the point where the only comfort I could feel was walking barefoot around where I was living at the time. Taking a week off gym, 2 weeks, didn't seem to make a difference, because I thought usually if I have an injury or something happens, I just rest for a week, maybe a sign of overtraining, I get back into it and things are back to normal. But for some reason, the pains were still the same, and it got to the point where I started taking painkillers daily. Twice a day, I take a painkiller first thing in the morning, just before bed. Just like an ibuprofen, just to help me, because things were starting to get bad. And it just continued that way, and it was just getting worse and worse. The pains were all over my body. Any slight touch to my legs or any part of my body could lead to pain. I was with a partner at the time, a girlfriend, and literally whenever she would touch me anywhere, it'd be like agony, like I didn't know what was going on. And I was in a foreign country as well. I was in Argentina at the time. So I wasn't set up with healthcare there, and it was getting very bad, very bad. In terms of what caused it, I have no idea. It's a mystery what causes these things. There's two forms of arthritis. So you've got rheumatoid arthritis, which is a permanent condition, and you've got reactive, which goes after, it could take 6 months, it could take a year, maybe more. Now, I've had this for less than a year, so I'm praying it's reactive arthritis and it goes away. But it's one of the two, and the symptoms are very similar. So time will tell, but I'm not sure how it came about. All I know is that it's been a rough year. Not to make this a pity party, but there was at times, I remember when I was switching medications, they was giving me a form of steroid. I can't remember the name of it now. But they was giving me a steroid, and they was switching me over to a drug called methotrexate. And in that time, there was reducing the painkillers, which I was taking at the time, which was naproxen. Because the other one took a while to kick in, I had a period where basically my symptoms were going crazy. So I remember a moment, I couldn't even walk. Literally, to walk around the house, I needed an umbrella to get up and down the stairs as a crutch. I remember the worst time was trying to make it to the bathroom, because it's in the middle of the night, I need to use the bathroom, but I can't walk, so I had to crawl to the bathroom. Most of my inflammation has been in my right wrist, left elbow, and my feet and ankles, both of them. So I couldn't even crawl on both of my hands, because my right wrist was so sore. So I could crawl on my left hand and my right elbow. It was bad. Some of the worst times of my life, hands down, 100%. I remember when I first started getting the symptoms, I had no idea what it was firstly. I just remember that it was hard to train. There was times I couldn't do anything in terms of even basic pushing movements. My elbow was so swollen, my wrist was so sore, I couldn't do that. Anything lifting above my head, even with no weight, almost impossible, even with the painkillers. And I thought that I was done. I thought, like, this is it in terms of anything to do with fitness or gym or physique. I remember following a famous influencer called Lazar Angelov, and he had a joint issue where it basically took him out of the game. He's never been the same since, and I thought that was my fate also. It was very tough. I was growing an online business at the time around fitness, these videos, coaching clients, and I felt that even me doing content, even me presenting myself in a way that I looked like someone that does fitness, was rapidly disappearing. Not that I was gaining weight, I was just skinny, just wasn't looking good, feeling good, in a very bad place. I believe I was in a position where I put myself under a lot of stress. I was trying to grow my business in a foreign country, isolated from friends and family, just with a girl at the time who wasn't mentally stable. And I was just going through a lot of stress everywhere. The most stress I've ever experienced in my life. And it was either going to affect my mind, but it translated to my body. That's my theory. Just too much stress, too much stress. So if you're someone watching this and you're going through lots of stress, that's the first thing you have to cut out. Thankfully, the drugs have been kicking in, but slowly. If you think that once you start taking this medication that the doctor is going to prescribe you, if you are going through this, if you have been diagnosed, it's not an overnight thing at all. It's been very slow, very gradual, but gradually getting better. I'm glad to say, gradually. I'd say right now, 11 months in, I'm at, you could say 97, 96, 97% of the way back to normal. And the physique has come back almost. I think it's pretty much as good as it was before. There's still lots of things I can't do. So like dumbbells are a myth. So I can't do dumbbells because the left wrist still not strong enough, still inflamed. And that's the thing. For anyone that doesn't know, rheumatoid arthritis is an auto-inflammatory disease that attacks the joints. So basically your immune system is attacking your own body. So there's many other similar diseases, but this is under that category. So my own immune system is fighting my wrist, my elbow, my feet and ankles. And there was many times where I would attempt to go to the gym and I would walk down the street and my feet would be hurting so much, I just had to turn back and go home. It was like, there was no way I'm gonna make it to the gym. No way. There was times I'd go on a night out and for me, when I'm on my feet too long, that's when I really feel it. So I remember in the worst times, barely even walking back home, barely making it because I just hobbling, barely. If I took the train back or the bus back, it was rough. In terms of medications, what I've been on, basically I've been on methotrexate. So I was on, I believe 12.5 milligrams per week for the first 4 or 5 months. And recently it's been up to 15 milligrams because I was still having a lot of pain, still having lots of issues. Daily taking naproxen, which is a painkiller as well. So currently taking about 500 mg per day. There was a long time I was taking 1,000 mg per day because that's the only way I'd be able to walk or even exercise. But I've tapered that down because that naproxen can irritate the stomach, and that's what I was finding. Also taking a folic acid tablet once a week. And with the naproxen, I'm taking an omeprazole tablet to protect my stomach as well. So quite a lot of medications. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but I'm just thankful that I can train, I can lift and feel myself. So a couple of tips that I've found on this journey. So firstly, without the medications, who knows where I would be? They're the only things that have essentially worked. I've tried diet alone and that hasn't really got me results at all. One thing I've noticed is that food plays a huge part. There are definitely foods that trigger the arthritis for sure and cause inflammation. So firstly is dairy. Milk, cream, ice cream, chocolate, anything dairy, I will notice instantly my joints start to ache. And I might even start experiencing other joints start to ache. So my neck, for example, if I slack on my diet, even turning my head left and right, it's something I'll start feeling the inflammation there. Because on my worst times with the arthritis, I felt it everywhere. Fingers, wrists, elbows, shoulders, knees, feet, ankles, just apart from my hips. So dairy is one to avoid. Also red meats, I've recently discovered that. Red meats, pork, causing inflammation. And typically anything processed, which is a good thing in a way because it's an easy way to stay lean. And I know that if I eat bad, not only am I going to look worse in the mirror, but it's going to have a direct negative impact on my health as well. So nutrition is really a priority. They say certain spices like turmeric, ginger, things like that are meant to reduce the inflammation. From my experience, they haven't really made the biggest difference. Omega-3s, not really. I haven't really noticed any supplement where I've been like, I need to take this and this solves the problem. It's more just a case of taking the medications and avoiding the foods that cause inflammation, and also exercising the right way as well. So there are many exercises that I can't do that will actually make things worse. So I've noticed, because I have a lot of problems with my feet and ankles, anything that puts extra pressure on them can trigger inflammation. So if I do barbell squats, for example, and I go heavy, I probably won't be walking for the next 2 or 3 days. That's the reality of it. So a lot of big, heavy compound movements that I was doing for years and I loved and really enjoyed, for now at least, I've had to swap these out for machines and isolation movements. So a lot of leg extensions, leg curls. I still do deadlifts, but light, so I don't put too much pressure on my feet and ankles. I've had to rely on a lot of machines, even for my upper body as well. So I haven't been able to do anything with dumbbells. So the Smith machine has become my best friend. Chest machines have become my best friend, because just the wrist alignment, the wrist movement. If you've got rheumatoid arthritis or any form of arthritis, you definitely want to go to a stacked gym with lots of equipment and different options available. This is the first time in my life I've really appreciated a gym with machines, because I always felt that as long as the gym had a bench, squat rack, some heavy dumbbells, barbells, I'll be cool. But after going through this, I really do appreciate different machines, how you can adjust them to make them comfortable for you, different ranges of motion. It's so important. And it's really important that you keep training as well. If you're going through this, the last thing you want to do is stop training and just be in bed and not do anything, because it's not going to help you. It's actually going to make it worse. Not just physically, you're going to get more stiff, you're going to lose your hard-earned muscle, but also mentally. The one thing that really got me through this period was just claiming my win, because not only was my health gone, or in a bad way, so was my business, my finances. I broke up with my fiance at the time. So health, wealth, relationships, all down. Worst times in my life, hands down. But we're still here, we're still alive, we're still standing. And I believe once you make it through, it's going to be the best thing that's happened to you, because real trauma builds character, and adversity is what makes champions. It's like refining gold. Gold has to be put through a furnace to get rid of all the impurities. It's like diamonds, pressure. A certain amount of trauma is needed for you to shine and really reach your potential. So I'm thankful for it. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but it is what it is. Just make sure you keep training, stay positive, work on your mind, your skill set, read books, watch other videos like these from people that have gone through similar things, and before you know it, you'll be back on your feet, feeling better and dreaming of a brighter future. Thank you for watching this video. It's been a lot longer than I expected. Please let me know in the comments if you've been going through something like this, or if you've got a friend or family member who's been experiencing this health situation of arthritis. Share this video, maybe it gives them some encouragement. If you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments. Also, if you want help getting back in shape, to get your muscle back or to stay in shape, or if you want just a one-to-one, booking a call with me, link in the description. Also, download my free books, The Alpha Male Body Blueprint, link in the description as well. And also, before you leave, just give me a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.